Hi, this is Trey Passer. I'm going to do a reaction to a bus stop horror story animated version by LlAMA Arts. Okay, I'm getting into doing these. I'm really liking these, so let's get right to this one. This came out about a week ago. Okay, let me put my headphones in. Okay, here we go right now. Go. Bus stop horror story.
This happened when I was 17 years old. I would go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week and ride the bus
Okay.
home. It was a Sunday and I had just missed my
Oh,
bus, so I had to wait longer for
okay.
another one. I would have called my parents, but they were out for the
Okay.
evening, and taxis charged more, so I decided to sit and wait in the bus
Okay.
shelter. It was a cold night and snow had just started peppering the
Okay.
ground. My bus was taking longer than usual, so I got my phone out and listened to some music. Almost an hour had passed.
Jesus.
It was freezing and I hadn't seen anyone at
An
all.
hour.
That was until I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. It was a creepy guy dressed in thick layers of clothing, walking slowly towards me. I knew staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my phone. He sat down at the other end of the shelter and just stared at me. There was something off about him. He seemed like he was either drunk or on drugs.
Oh boy.
He then asked,
"When is the bus due?"
Huh.
I took out my earphones and said,
I think it's delayed because of the snow.
He stared at me for a while, then started mumbling to himself. He was really starting to creep me out, so I pretended to be on my phone.
Pay attention to him.
After a
Pay
couple of
attention
minutes,
to him.
I took another
Yep,
look.
pay attention to him.
He'd moved closer to me.
Get up.
I looked away for a second, then heard the sound of him sliding
Get
even
up.
closer. I turned to him and said,
You okay there?
He stared at me with glossy eyes, lifted his arm and leaned towards me. Immediately, I grabbed my bag and ran as he fell to the ground. I ran down the road, trying my hardest not to look back. I kept going until I got to the next bus stop. I turned around to check to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down. Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the back of the glass and waited for the bus.
Always be aware. Oh!
I jolted and turned around to see the same guy staring at me through the glass.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Then he started walking around the shelter towards me.
I'm warning you, stay back.
I yelled in panic as I was backing up. I wanted to run, but I left my bag in the shelter and I couldn't leave without it. Suddenly, the man leaped at me and I quickly moved out of the way. He fell to the ground face first. I froze in shock, then noticed the blood coming from his face. I tried to get a response out of him, but nothing worked. I called the police and paramedics and they arrived shortly after. I told them what had happened and they told me that the guy was on prescription drugs. They found a photo in his wallet of him and his son. The boy looked just like me, so we assumed he thought it was him.
There you go.
I later learned that he had lost his son in a custody battle and went off the rails. He was taken away for treatment. That was the last I saw of him. I got my driver's license shortly after, and have never been on a bus since.
Oh boy. Like I said, he was a better person than me. He was a better man than me, because the fact that he stood around for that guy, exactly. You know, you feel bad when you hear the real story that the guy, you know, that he looked like his son. So I mean, that's why the guy was, and obviously he went off the rails because he lost his son and stuff. So you know, you have sympathy, but at the time you don't know that this guy, you know, this guy could be deranged. Exactly. As soon as that guy came there and started staring at you, you should have just got up and walked away instead of waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay. Like I said, you're giving him too much benefit of the doubt. Okay. You don't know this guy from nothing. Okay. But I mean, eventually you did the right thing, I guess, in calling the cops after he fell and he was bleeding and stuff, and they, you know, you were more compassionate than I would have been, because I definitely would have. Yeah. I don't know if I would have called. I think I would have just took off. But you did the right thing. But come on, Yeah, but again, like you say, you don't know this guy's story. I mean, you found out later about his story and stuff, and the fact that you look like his son. So, yeah, that, so you do feel sympathy for the guy, but at the time you don't know, the guy exactly. The guy could be a killer, exactly, and you could have been his victim. But like I said, you did the right thing at the end. But you're a better man than me, because I don't know if I would have stuck around. Exactly, exactly. Once he followed me back to the other bus stop, I would have just tuck off and called the cops. But anyway, let me know what you think of this A Bus Stop Horror Story animated from LlAMA Arts. What do you think of it? I'll leave a link to it in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. I also have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram in the description box, as well as a link to my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.